Hello everybody, I hope you're well. Now, I am in the beautiful Lake Joondalup here in Perth, Australia, and I wanted to give you a very small and easy hack that you can do to help fat loss and muscle gain. All right, now I have a guide for free on my website where I explain to you that losing weight is not necessarily what we want. We want that weight to be fat, not muscle. If you're like most people, right? I think most people are on a process of continuous trying to lose fat and maintain or maybe increase their muscle, because muscle is a really important resource. Now, what is that very small and easy hack that you can do to make massive difference in that? And especially now, if you are undergoing any treatments for prostate cancer, especially if you're undergoing a surgery or you are undergoing chemotherapy or maybe androgen deprivation therapy, hormone therapy, you may experience increased and unwanted fat gain and muscle loss. So I think that small tip will help you. I will explain more, but the tip is move immediately after eating, okay? For 20 to 30 minutes immediately after you finish a meal, get up and start moving. Now, why is that important? Why can't you do it later on the day? And you see, I just completed a 30-minute bike ride here right after my breakfast. And apologies if it's a bit windy, but once you finish eating a meal, that meal will probably contain different sugars and lipids, okay? Now, the glucose, so the sugar, starts going into our bloodstream. All right, we digest the food and the lipids and the sugars go into our bloodstream. 20 to 30 minutes after we finish a meal, they peak in concentration in our blood. If you are moving and if your muscles are active and seeking energy, more of that sugar and lipids that are circulating in our blood will move and be used as energy and stored into the muscle as glycogen rather than being stored as fat. If you eat and sit down and digest, which many people like to do, that, you know, our body tricks us into like, yeah, you had a nice meal, let's sit down and enjoy now. It does that because it wants you to take it easy and make it store fat. It wants to protect you from anything that may come in the future. So the trick is immediately after you have a meal to start moving. And I hope, and I will talk about this more in future videos, you are not snacking throughout the day. You're just having 3 to 4 meals max, with no calories in between, okay? Because that's really important. If we snack throughout the day, that's the worst thing we can do for our metabolic health. Now, it has been found also that if you eat a meal and you start moving an hour after you finish the meal, it's not as effective for weight loss as it would be if you moved immediately after the meal, even if the duration is the same. So there is something about hitting that increase in concentration in lipids and sugars immediately after eating a meal with movement. So you want your muscle to be moving, you want to be active. That, especially if you're doing any other forms of exercise like resistance exercise, okay, where you want to build muscle, all that sugars and lipids, when they go into the muscle, if you, for example, you did a workout the previous day or early in the day, they will stimulate the protein synthesis, so they will stimulate additional muscle growth. So you do not want that energy, that sugars, those lipids to feed your adipose tissue, your fat tissue. You want them to feed your muscle, give you energy, build your muscle, and yeah, you'll feel more energy, more vitality, okay? How can you do that? Well, I myself, I have a bit of a flexible morning today, so I decided I have a big breakfast and then I'll go for a bike ride to enjoy the lake. I love this place. What I could also do is go for a walk, move. What I could also do is sometimes I plan my housework right after a meal just to get moving. You could, for example, with your colleagues, make it a bit of a custom, a tradition to go for a walk after you have your lunch together at work. If you have any pets, you can walk your dog, for example, after you have your dinner. But it's more like getting that tradition going, getting that as a bit of a custom. Like I've just finished the meal. I'm not just gonna sit down, watch TV, take it easy. No, I'm gonna get up, do something, go for a walk, do my housework. You can put on like a music, an audiobook, a podcast. It can be your me time, okay? But whatever you do, try, okay? I'm not gonna make you feel guilty now because you had a meal and you just decided to take it easy after a hard day. Try to be moving a bit more after you have a meal, and you will start to notice, without changing much, that the scale is gonna be a bit more compliant, a bit more cooperative. But again, we don't necessarily want to lose weight. What we want to do is lose fat specifically and gain muscle. All right. I have a free guide on my website on how to measure specifically your fat and your muscle mass, and I will provide more free guides on the website. Now, if you like this video, you can press like and help spread it to those who might need it and raise awareness. And I'll see you in the next video. Keep strong, keep fighting.